Hello and welcome to Tech Tuesday, where in today's video we're going to be looking at this. It's the Technics HD301 mini system from the late 90s. So here it is, it's the model HD301. So first we'll look at the stereo amplifier. As you can see, it's got a large volume knob in the middle, and the on-off switch is to the right hand side with the headphone jack below it. And then over to the right there is the up and down input selector to select between 4 inputs, tape, external, so that's like your phono, tuner, and then also CD. Then it's got a small equalizer. It's quite simple, just bass and treble that you can adjust, and it will display it in like a graphic equalizer type way on the front. So now we'll look at the stereo tuner itself. The screen on it's used quite a lot. It's a vacuum fluorescent one, and it has 39 set channels. Set FM channels, so you can just automatically jump to those, and it'll also do automatic tuning, so you just press and hold the button and it'll just find one in its manual mode. It'll do FM and AM, and you can swap between mono. Right, we'll have a look at the CD player now. Of course it's got the MASH system because it's a Technics one. Compact disc text, so it'll show you the track information on the screen of the tuner, as you can see. Then you've got the soft touch controls on the front, play, pause, stop, all the bog standard ones, with the transport controls for fast forward and rewind just in front. Then we'll go over to the stereo cassette deck. Obviously it's got auto reverse, as this is a model from like the late 90s, early 2000s. We'll stick a cassette in. Press play. Of course it's got Dolby B noise reduction on this. It's got a two-way play, which is nice. Dolby Atmos obviously in the corner. Then it does auto track skip, which is a system where it'll just wind on until it finds the next track, which is really useful. Obviously it's got 3 reverse modes, so it'll just play one side then stop, or play both sides then stop, or just carry on playing the side until the end. It's got a draw loading mechanism, which I really like, but I would like an open cassette thing on mine. And then the 2 speakers are these Technics HD301s, everything's model HD301, and they sound great. They sound good enough, I'd say. Right, okay, so now for the sort of summing up bit. Basically, the system sounds great. I can't fault the system. It creates a lovely full sound that fills the room. Admittedly, the bass is probably, it leaves a bit to be desired, but to be honest, it doesn't have a subwoofer, so that's that really. In terms of features, it's got all the features I would want. Maybe I would want Dolby C noise reduction on a better cassette tape machine. In terms of CD text, I think that's definitely a plus point of this system. I like it a lot. Things that are to be desired though, I think I would like a more graphical interface on the front, so like VU meters, but I'd want the vacuum fluorescent style that you found in the early 80s, or even the needles that you'd get in the 1970s would be nice. Technics, I believe, have brought out a hi-fi using proper VU meters quite recently, and I had a look at it in Harrods in London, and that looked really good, and it had all the features that you want, apart from obviously a cassette deck. It had a high-res audio player, which I thought was brilliant, and it also had a nice decent record player, not one of these awful Crosley models that's in a briefcase that I may have bought in the past. Now I've basically been able to refine what I want into 3 criteria, because this is on loan to me. So basically I'm looking for a vintage hi-fi to put together using separates. and I've basically I just want graphic equalisers, stuff like that, stuff that just gives the music some visual appeal. It needs lots of buttons, lots of physical controls, because that's one of the main reasons why I'm not using my soundbar for music. It's the experience of using a proper hi-fi, because you have to get everything set how you want it, and there's a lot more physicality to it than just pressing play on either this remote or my phone, you know, if you see what I mean. And furthermore, I just want it to look retro. I want it to look 1980s, 1970s. I don't know whether I want the brushed metal look that I've got on that system or the more black type that you got in the 1980s, but I don't want it to be a plasticky black. I want it to be a metal black finish, because I think if you get the plasticky component, it's not going to sound as good. Although I do want to do this on a budget, so there's a lot of criteria here that I want to fill, but apart from that, I cannot fault the system that I've currently got. I'm glad I've got it, because there's certain things in that system that I wouldn't look for in other systems. For example, I want an analog tuner, not a digital one. I don't know why, I just prefer the analog dial. And I know admittedly you can't get presets on that, but I still like the idea of being able to get from one end of the spectrum to the other quite quickly. Furthermore, to do with the FM signal, I've currently got a little aerial. You can't pick up very many stations on it, so I probably would invest in a better aerial. Although FM signal is coming to an end in Britain quite soon, so DAB might be the only way forward, and I don't know how you can get a vintage DAB receiver. Which is a shame. I'd also like, I'm also looking at getting a record player. I think I'm going to go for something that's linear drive, direct drive, well, linear turntable, so the needle, you don't have to lift onto it, and you just press a button and it plays, because I just think they look good. I've found a Technics model on eBay which I like the look of, but we'll see how the auction goes on that. But other than that, I would like to thank you all very much for watching. If you have liked this new style of video, like it's a bit techno, I know, then do tell me in the comments that you enjoyed it, and also support me by giving me a like. That would be much appreciated. And if you've got any advice on buying vintage hi-fi, do write to me in the comments below. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I shall see you